Hello, future. Hi, Oscar. Welcome, my friends. How are you doing today? How are y'all doing this evening? Hey, Marley. How are you? Engetille, if I pronounce that right. It's okay, future. Don't worry. But you're here now. I understand, man. I understand. We all need to go up early tomorrow. Awesome, Marley. I'm happy you're doing well. Let's see what will happen today. Turn that up a bit. Yesterday I drew Conan the Barbarian. The day before that I drew Dr. Octopus, Doc Ock. So what shall I do today? Should I maybe continue the Spider-Man villain arc? And who shall I do? I've done the Green Goblin a couple of times. He's a lot of fun to do though. I enjoy doing the Green Goblin. Welcome, Mr. Scoopy. There. Can find the right position. Yeah, there. Okay, who else do we have in that universe? Okay, let's do yet another goblin then. Why not? I didn't do him from a long time. No, you know who I haven't drawn in a long time? That's Electro. I need to go the old school classic Electro. Yeah, let's go old school. That's funnier than you guys watching my arm. Okay, let's go old school Electro. No, I don't draw anime. Uh, but I get requests though from some anime characters that I draw live. I thought you meant if I draw anime to like animate my own manga animate. No, but I do some anime characters by request, and of course I like Jujutsu Kaisen, so I draw some of them. I have a pin. I don't know if you've seen on my page. I've got a pinned Mahoraga that I drew live. Trying to find an original pose for this guy, so let's see if we can manage to do it. Thank you for liking there, Afro. Welcome. Future, this is Electro. I will continue doing some Spider-Man baddies. And I felt I have no memory of drawing Electro ever. Maybe as a young kid I did, because he looked cool also. So let's see what we can do with this guy. Something interesting, I hope. Now he has this original mask that is kind of wild. So he has things coming out that way, that way, that way. And of course the big one that way. And downwards this way. That's about it, about the mask, right? And then he just have yellow gloves, that's it. Oh, he has some stuff on the gloves too. Going like so. Let's see. Just need some more detailing. Hey T3R, how are you? Yeah, it is Electro. Välkommen tillbaka T3R. Hello Lucky Oakley, how are you? Welcome Germany. Futures from Germany, German too. Thank you, Luke Oakley. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And welcome, man. There. Let's start the fun part. Let's start the ink, Mr. Electro. Now let's see how we're going to do. I need to plan this a little bit. Because we're going old school, so we're going to do it old school. Yeah, something like that. It looks kind of funny though. And then the big one. Yeah, so we planned it a little bit. Yeah, Luke Oakley, I totally agree. The OC originals are, I feel, the best. Too bad we don't get to see them too often. But some suits were awesome. I always liked Boomerang's suit. It had a lot of colors that I really enjoyed. Yeah, now we can see that it is Electro. Yeah. Let's give him some muscles. Oh, they were all in very good health, I think. These guys back in the day, they had like perfect muscles, always. No exceptions. There, I think we got a good different pose. I'm all for that. As you all know, that I try to give these guys a good different new pose. There, his ears. Can't wait to clean him up a bit. Let's give him the eraser treatment. Hey Rosiaka, how are you? Welcome. Tiro, yeah, it is classic Electro. Coca-Cola, how are you? Here it is. I'm trying to turn my arm around because it's a phoenix bird, highly inspired by the X-Men, the Dark Phoenix Saga, or the Phoenix Saga by John Byrne, drawn by John Byrne and Chris Claremont. That comic X-Men experience changed my passion for comics. I really enjoyed comics until that point, but that kind of changed everything, made it more interesting. So I have like I have 3 tattoos honoring the X-Men. But I'm not taking my shirt off for that today. But I drew them myself, all of my tattoos. I don't have a lot though. So we will have Electro's hand light up with electricity. Try to make an effect that of like lightning coming from his hand or fingertips. I haven't decided yet. And with that we need shadows cast from one side of the body. Because the light comes from the hands, we need to put shadows on this side. We need to have shadows, a lot of shadows here, 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 down here and here, and of course some here too. If this is lighting up, this is the light source going out like so, then the shadows should work our shadows away from the lights only on this side. So let's see if we can do that. Coca-Cola, it was expensive. I remember back in the day, I think it still is, doing tattoos, and it's painful, yes, until after a while it get numbed if they work in the same place, so the place get numb, so you don't feel it too much. And if you're really skinny on the places where you don't have any fat at all, that's really painful, like these parts here. I haven't done it here, but here you don't have too much fat, and I think in the back, and this kind of places are really painful, I've heard, but it is painful. If you ask me today if I would tattoo myself, I think not. I don't regret it, but I don't see the meaning of it. I'm like today thinking, well, what was the purpose of all that? There weren't any. Okay, let's we decided the shadows, so we're going to put shadows on these sides. I'm gonna put this out so we have something to go on. There on that side, so we will start inking like so too, putting all the shadows on this side. I'm going to work with a heavier, thicker pen like this one. Of course the head casts a lot of shadows always, so under the chin we'll try to give him more shadows than normally, and then we'll try to go a little bit crazy like so. This big flash on his forehead is casting more shadow like so. I think they all will, because there's sticking out, so they're casting more shadow like so. Hej Ludvig! Välkommen tillbaka. Åsa, välkommen tillbaka. Kul att ses. Hey Buttercup, how are you? Welcome back. It is Electro, dude. Favorite X-Men. Favorite X-Man. I need to say Wolverine. Sorry, but that's the truth. I can't lie about that. And I think Cyclops too is one of my favorites. Not a lot of people like him, but I always liked Cyclops. There. I'll start doing some small details on the face and then continue the big shadows. Hey Jazel, how are you? Welcome back. It's okay, dude. Nice to see you back though. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jazel. I understand, man. I'm very sorry for whatever happened. Luke Oakley, me too. I'm excited for next year. Because the original X-Men will join Doomsday, meaning that the Fox X-Men they won't say their goodbyes, of course, but we're going to see them in the MCU before they get retired, I guess. That's kind of exciting, seeing Magneto, the original one, meeting the Avengers. And of course, he will fight Doom as well, like they've done in the comics a couple of times. Doom is very powerful, he's very smart, and it's always been difficult for him to beat Magneto, even though he always does in the end. Giving him more human shadows, more human features than normally. There. Now we have some good shadows, I feel. Let's give him proper eyes too, so you don't get some empty eyes. There. He's starting to look like Electro. Yeah, Jay, so yeah, I agree with you, but you know, as long as the viewers are returning to the cinema and the viewers like talking about the movies on social media all the time, then there's a need for it. And if there's a need for it, they will continue doing the movies. And we will all go to the movies to see them. So they will continue doing that until we stop going. So hopefully they will not reboot it crazy. Because I know they're going to reboot the whole MCU and hopefully it will not be too crazy though. Yes, Luke, Magneto's one of my favorites. Like I said, I was a huge X-Men fan, and of course, every time Magneto came back from the dead or whatever, it was a big deal. I really enjoyed that. Luke, yes, the Fox guys, the Fox men are going to be in Doomsday. After Doomsday, they're going to do Secret Wars, and then after that, they're going to reboot everything, and then they're going to make an X-Men movie with a new cast. They're going to recast everybody. So I think Doomsday here is going to be the farewell, the goodbye to the Fox Men universe, X-Men, whatever we'll call it. So next summer will be the last time we see them. I think the only one that will not recast is Wolverine. But apparently he won't be in the new X-Men movie though. There, the face turned out all right. Continue the rest of the dude. So we're still going on to having the shadow on this side, so but not overdo it though. I don't want to go crazy. Sometimes I go crazy with the shadows. Only because it's fun. I did like his face though. Yeah, Luke, I agree. I really enjoyed House of M because House of M is very important in the Avengers lore and the X-Men lore. Um, After House of M, thanks to that, Wolverine got his memories back because he was without any memories of who he was for like forever. And House of M fixed that. And House of M is of course a result of Wanda's whole problem with the Avengers disassembles after she lost the twins and all that. And one thing, I've talked about it here before, I always go back to House of M and Spider-Man. What happened to him there, and Gwen Stacy and his children. He has some children. I always feel that they kind of forgot about that. I felt that that was like very important in the what happened to Peter, him having a family with kids, and it was taken away from him after the House of M. And I felt they should have explored that more. I know he felt very bad after it directly, but I feel that he like forgot about it. And I mean, if I had kids, I felt they were real, kind of like Wanda there, and then I lose them. I mean, I would mourn them like they were real forever. But that's a good choice there, House of M. It is awesome. I need to reread it. I like to reread stuff. Yeah, Jason, I agree. Quicksilver should be there. I was a bit disappointed with the MCU when they brought in Quicksilver in the WandaVision series, and in the end he wasn't. He was this boner guy, so that I was a bit disappointed. But I really enjoyed having him in WandaVision, and him interacting with Wanda was awesome. Yeah, Jay, so thank you, thank you. I enjoyed doing this phase, dude. Yeah, Luke Oakley, I feel they're doing the same thing. They're following the same recipes as the comic books. I mean, look at DCU now, the DC cinematic universe. That they did like the Flashpoint storyline, um, and rebooted the whole cinematic universe, just like in the comics. Because in the comics, they were like, I think they were tired of the new 52 universe, and they needed a new reboot, so they made Flashpoint. The Flash went back in time and tried to save the world. His mother, I'm sorry, just like in the movie. And then they rebooted everything. It's the same, exactly what happened in the comics. Kind of funny though. There, let's continue the dude. I know some people are tired of the MCU. I'm not. I'm always having a good time, having a laugh, taking it easy. I mean, I don't take it too serious. But I do understand some people feel that it's like very important for them, and it is serious. So more power to them, man. I think I'm going for the whole black background. I'm not sure yet though. Let's see what happens. Some things I decide during, and I take these kind of decisions when I'm in the middle of something. It's rarely I decide before I start like, oh, I will do this kind of background or this pose. You like James Gunn, Luke Oakley. Yeah, Jaisal, that would be awesome, man. I mean, I'd pay for that to see the X-Men and the Justice Gang, or even the X-Men and the Justice League. I made some crossover that I wanted to see. I drew them live, and I remember I made like Justice League versus Magneto. That would be awesome to see, I feel. And I made the Avengers versus Darkseid. And then I made, can't remember exactly, but I made I think it was the X-Men versus Doomsday or something, or the Avengers. I can't remember exactly. I did some of them lives. There was a lot of fun, and it was exactly what I wanted to see eventually. If we got like a cool comic book crossover. I'd pay for that anyways. Need to have more shadows down here because the light is coming from up where the hand is raised. Oh, Luke, you're absolutely right. The black leather thing was a nightmare. I was so disappointing seeing them. First time I was a big X-Men fan, and they were making a movie, and I was very excited. And then I saw the suits. It was kind of heartbreaking to see. see if we were going to give him a darker background immediately. Let's do that. Let's give him a proper background. This takes a little bit more time, but let's try to work fast. And that's when you make mistakes, people, when you trying to work fast. This is just to show you guys how you shouldn't do it. Never be in a hurry. Change up the pen, take a little bit bigger one. Yeah, Peacemaker awesome, man. I like that one, that suit. Yeah. I kind of like Beast though in the Foxman universe. Now he's in the MCU too, though. We saw him in the Marvels movie too, so that's awesome. I was happy to see Beast back. Now I'm really excited about Nightcrawler. That's going to be peak. This looks strange at this point, but be patient, my friends. It will make sense eventually. I'm just casting like a shadow behind him so we understand that the lightning coming from his hand is giving a shadow behind him. Now this pen is like giving up, so I need to work slowly with it. Usually I don't have to. But it's kind of good with it that it's giving up, because when it's brand new and I open it, start working with it, it smells like whiskey. Or gasoline or something. It's a bit too much. Sometimes when the pens are giving up, they give a cooler effect inside the blackness, like some gray stuff that kind of looks like some texture to the wall behind him. Wait a minute, this app is asking me to do a test. They want proof that I'm not a bot. There. You can see, like, it's like the blackness become like a texture when it's giving up, so it's like a texture for free when the pen is giving up. That's awesome. Yeah, I like the Riddler new realistic thing going on. It was different, and did I mean I never liked that crazy laughing, jumping around Riddler with a mask. I preferred him like this. Oh, of course, in that movie, The Batman, in the end, he became a little bit like that crazy when he was laughing with the Joker. I need to put a little bit more blackness down closer to his hand so we can give him some lightning effect. All the small details take longer time. But we're not in a hurry, right? We're not like we don't need to be somewhere at this point. There. Yeah, I think Arkham Asylum. I think the people working in Arkham Asylum need their own treatment there, like a weekend resort in the same asylum, a room or something. It must be really creepy working there with all them crazy dudes everywhere. Okay, let's start to try to do some lightning. See if we manage to do that. There we got a little bit of lightning going on. Kind of went like I hoped. Yeah, Luke, Oakley, I agree with you. Bane is much, much better in the comic books. I like the Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, but that wasn't like Bane. I like the character though. Yeah, I kind of like that effect. This kind of makes it look really lighting up. We make this hand, the ink in the hand, up with details and kind of weak. I'm weakening it up with the whiteness in it, so it looks more illuminated than usual. There, I believe we have a Electro. I was going to say, what's his name? We have a Electro. That was what we wanted. Let's do these kind of effects here too. So we have some bending in that lightning stuff. Yeah, the Dark Knight trilogy is awesome to watch. I always felt that the Dark Knight trilogy movies are really good movies at first. Second, third, maybe good comic book movies, but they're really, really good movies. And I like how they reinvented some of the stuff and took it really seriously. Even the actors took their roles very seriously, and I really like that, and I admire that. Haven't seen that in a comic book movie before. The director, the writers and producers, and the actors took it like to a whole nother level. They took it really seriously. I mean, you dress up like a bat and you try to do Shakespeare more or less, and it was I like that with those movies. So I'm always rewatching them because of that, because there's such a good, well-written movies, and I'm a sucker for well-written movies. We don't get too much of that nowadays. Yeah, Luke. The Two-Face stuff was awesome, man. I mean, they build up something very good with that character, and made him really shine, and then they let him fall very, very brutal, and that's, I think, how it was supposed to be with him in the comics, but the comics never got that really tragic story. I like that the Dark Knight made him really heroic, and he was truly the light in the movie until the Joker destroyed him totally. I like Christian Bale. Yeah, I like him. He's a good actor. Hey Afro, thank you, man. Thank you, Afro. I tried to make him look evil in the same time as he's smiling. But I'm happy I did the shadowings the way I did them, because I wanted some more realistic, even if he's wearing the old classic suit. I wanted to give him some realistic, like there's a real person underneath that comic booky suit, spandex that they were always wearing. And I always liked that when I was a kid. Afro is like you could wear spandex, buy spandex at home, and do your own superhero costume. I think they misinterpret that in the movies. They always give them like Kevlar suits, protection, like an armor almost, Batman and everybody. And but that wasn't the case in the comics. I mean, they were supposed to be wearing spandex. In the end of the latest Spider-Man movie, when he's like putting on this spandex in the end of that movie, and that was Spider-Man, man, not the one with the Iron Man tech, the Stark tech. But I would like to see that in a movie one day, in like MCU or the DCU, or whatever we call it. Um, I mean, let them wear spandex. That would be awesome. Okay, my friends. That's it. I finished Mr. Electro. That's it for today, my friends. So I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I don't know what I will do tomorrow yet, but I'll think of something, hopefully. Just make something tomorrow. But that's it, my friends. That's it for today. Hopefully, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And thank you for the company for this evening. This evening is turning into an early night, I feel. Good night there, Jay. So take care of yourself, man. But that's it, my friends. See you guys tomorrow, and take care of each other, really.